All right. It says we're live. Hi, everyone. We are here. I don't have a physical copy of the book, but we were talking about Flock by Kate Stewart. And yeah, we read that.
Yes. It's the first book in a series.
Yeah.
And the thing that confused me about this book was when when people voted for it, I just heard people talk about it. And I feel like with a lot of the books that like most people in the book community, like they don't know like a whole synopsis of a book. Like you just know buzzwords. But even with this book, I feel like I knew nothing. And then I read the synopsis and I was like, synopsis is giving crumbs.
It's zero things. I know. 0 things.
And the one thing that I did know about it, people say it's a spoiler. But I'm like, I don't think it's that much of a spoiler.
Well, what were people saying about it?
Like, I knew that it was a reverse harem. That's what I knew.
Oh, yeah.
And people were like, that's a spoiler. And I was like,
how?
That's literally what I knew.
Well, in the synopsis, it said the men in her life. So I'm like, it's not really a spoiler, but yeah, it's a polyamorous relationship. But it's like, for the first half, it wasn't, though. For the first half, it was just her and Sean.
No.
Danielle is here. Hello. Sorry, I sound super nasally. My allergies hate me.
I'm sorry my room is really dark because I used to have another lamp, but my lamp at college broke, so I brought that lamp to college, and so now I'm missing a lamp here.
Now you're just in the dark.
It's actually not that dark because I have a lamp, an extra light, and then I have my LED lights, but for some reason my LED lights never help when I'm on camera, but they help in real life.
Yeah. Is it because it's just over, like, on that side of the room, or?
Yeah, it's literally just on that side. Not I'm saying I need you to fix those allergies.
Charles, I've been trying. I've been doing allergy shots. I've been going to an allergist, getting allergy shots since October, and this is what I'm dealing with. So
I remember getting allergy shots before COVID.
Do you want to pay my copay? Do you want?
Them allergy shots make you so tired.
They don't make me tired. They don't make me tired.
They make me tired.
They're just not working. So
I remember. Well, maybe that's why they don't make you tired. Because normally what happens is like your body tries to like fight the allergen, so you get tired. Like when you're sick.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Shay. And then a lot of people that I know who read the book, they said that they're gonna like pop in because they're also in live shows. And I was like, so many people read this book, and I was like, ooh.
I found a lot of people read this book, and a lot of people that I look in kind of trust with their reviews gave it like 3 stars.
All this red.
Oh yeah, just because Flock, the words on the cover are red. So, and then you got your red hair. You're just matching.
Yeah. Thanks. They're press-ons. I got them from Shein for $2. Thank you.
Nice.
No, literally, like, hold on. Like, I have more. Like, I just bought a whole, like, I bought like 10. I bought 10 different press-on nails. Because I was like, because normally the ones I get are like $10. So I was like, Shein, they're like $2.50. So I was like, because I can make press-ons last, like, these ones I probably can't because they're clear underneath. So you can, like, see the glue when it gets crusty. But with the ones that are, like, the non-clear ones, I can make those last, like, 2-3 weeks. Don't play me. Yeah.
Y'all done sent me down another series.
So much. Very, very good.
You see, the only reason why I want to read book 2 is because this one ends on a cliffhanger. That's literally the only reason.
So now,
like, nothing in the actual book made me want to read book 2.
So should we talk about what we rated it?
Sure.
Do you want to say first?
I mean, I'll give it a 3.
I think I'm gonna give it like a 3, a 3.5. You know what I think? I think the writing was very good. I enjoyed the writing.
I was never quote unquote bored. The pacing was very well done. I enjoyed the pacing. What kind of gets me is that I didn't really connect with the characters. I thought all of them were super annoying.
Well, when I tell you the spoiler after the live show, you might like that.
Okay.
But I heard for the rest of the series.
I just didn't like how they were so. I mean, I get why they were so secretive. I get it because honestly, this is like a mafia book.
I think it's Motorcycle Club. I
I
think
was
that's
thinking
what I'm saying.
Motorcycle Club too, but not a single one of them owns a motorcycle, but they own
But I
like
think
all
they work in
those
the
cars.
car place.
Yeah. Yeah. So definitely like MC for sure.
Yeah,
That's
but
what
you
I
know
was
what I didn't like too? How, like, it was literally right under her nose. Like, she literally this is kind of a spoiler, but she literally said in the book, she was like, "They would just drive me around and confuse me, but it was literally in my backyard."
yeah.
I was like, "In your backyard? That's where they took you? And you just got
You
like, did you
didn't
not pay
know?
attention out the windows? Like, were the windows so tinted you didn't see?" Like, I know I am delusional, but I know my own backyard. Like, I know my neighborhood. I'd recognize it.
In her defense, she didn't grow up there. She literally just moved
I
there.
didn't either.
Yeah, when she said that at the end, I'm like,
I was
girl,
like,
really?
bro. But I just feel
Really?
like I don't know. This book, I feel like it gave a whole lot of nothing, just like the synopsis.
It
I'm
did.
sorry, the writing was good. I think the reverse harem was done well when it was actually in the book, but
It
it
was
gave a whole
spicy.
lot of nothing. It felt like a prequel.
Oh, it's true.
That's what I think. It felt like a prequel. Like it felt like it was just a whole bunch of setup for what's to come, but
Yeah.
nothing actually happened. And I was mad. I was like, okay, like maybe like half the book, three-fourths of the book, but give me something to work with.
Yeah, because at the very beginning, what is she, 26? And she's kind of like telling the story of what happened, you know? So it's kind of like, okay, so it definitely did give like prequel vibes for sure. So Imelda, you read the whole series. What did you end up rating overall or each book?
Yeah. Which one was your favorite?
Yeah.
For
Choose
real.
a
Please.
victories.
I
See.
don't know. It's just I just really felt like this book gave a whole lot of nothing. It just really just felt like
Honestly,
setup. I was like, you could have just made this into a novella and called it point 0.5 and called it a day.
yeah, that's true. And honestly, Cecilia, all I have to say is she's lucky she's pretty. That's all I have to say.
People said, I mean, when I was looking at reviews of this, people did complain that she was like very kind of stupid and naive. But to be
She's
fair,
18.
I feel like a lot of teenage girls are like that.
Yes.
Like it's not unrealistic, but like to me, right? Like when I think about me versus me like in the past, I feel like I was her when I was like 16, not 18. I feel like by 18 I was kind of more of a fully formed human
Yeah.
and she was not giving that. But I don't know, maybe her I don't she kind of talks about her mama, maybe her mama raised me different or her different than me mine. I don't know, but
Well,
she did seem a little immature for 18. And then Sean, even with his old age, was acting. I don't even know. Sean had me out of whack because I was like, in my head, I was like, they're the same age, but he's like significantly kind of older than her, no?
yes. Yes.
And I was like, you're acting like this, and you are how old? He was like, what, mid 20s, early 20s, 23,
I would say early
like
20s because
23.
Dominic she turned 27 in this book, I thought. 26 or 27.
Ooh,
So Dominic was older.
yeah, but I was like, at your big age, you're acting the same immaturity level as her. You
Yeah.
should know better.
Well, from reading the book, her mother didn't quote unquote raise her at all. She was doing the raising. So I
Yeah,
was expecting her to be a
her to be
little bit
way
more,
more mature.
yeah. It's like, yeah, you're naive and stuff, but it's just like, girl.
It was just a little too much.
Yeah. And with the whole like motorcycle club mafia thing going on, I get why Sean and Dominic were so secretive. But when she was in, because quote unquote, she got in, you would think that they would tell her something. But then
Hi,
when the big
Sarah.
reveal, hi, Sarah, when the big reveal happens, I'm not going to spoil it right now, but when the big reveal happens, you get why, even though she was in, they weren't telling her things, you know?
Yeah.
And I was like,
Hi, Sarah. We gave this book like 3 stars. And I'm like 3.5.
Sarah, what did you rate it?
Sarah was like, when I said something, because I put skull emojis, she was like, what does that mean? And I was like, but I was so sad because my friend Cami from Burrows and Books is like her favorite romance series.
Really? Interesting.
But like a lot of people love the first book. And I'm like, I can see how like the sequential books could be really phenomenal. But
Right.
again, this book was giving crumbs.
Yeah. It
It didn't
definitely was prequel.
it
Yes.
didn't eat. It ate nothing.
What really had me hooked was trying to figure out what was really going on.
See,
Yeah.
I just didn't. So for me, generally, like, to care, I have to care about the characters. And
Yeah.
I didn't really care about the characters. So I was like, y'all are just literally like y'all are annoying me at this point. Like,
Yes. I didn't even start caring about them until the very end.
yeah, no, but I saw someone, I don't think they're here. Um, it's Scarlet Moon Creations. They were talking in the Discord about how they hated Dominic. But
Oh,
I like Dominic. I like him over Sean for sure. Sean was so boring. I was like, you were so basic and boring. Get on my face.
what I really appreciate about Sean is that he was like, "Whatever you want, you have to
Okay,
choose it."
that's true. I did
So
like that.
I'm like, "Okay."
I did like that, but he just seemed a little too go with the flow for me.
Yeah.
I don't know, a little too go with the flow.
Uh-huh.
454. Okay. That's what I've heard. I've heard
Oh.
the middle book is very good.
Okay. Okay.
No, I don't. I think maybe I just really like bully romances or something. Cause I'm like, be mean, like
Maybe
do it. Like
he
I don't know
might.
when they're too nice. Something about it. Like even in real life, like if a guy's too nice, I'm like, I'm going to break you. Like I can't talk to you. I'm sorry.
Sean brings zeros.
He really brought nothing. Besides, like, I feel like he was just so vanilla. He was like, "Oh yeah, like we need to do like something here, like reverse harem type beat because I'm so vanilla ice cream. We need to bring in something else to spice it up."
He was vanilla until he was just like, "You want his dick? Okay, great, awesome. Let's make it
That
happen."
was the only interesting thing about his whole personality, though. That's the only thing he brought to the table.
Yeah.
And then at that point, she could just leave him in the dust. Like, I'm sorry, I do not like Sean.
I mean, I didn't really like all three of them until the very end
Yeah.
because that's when all the drama happened.
Okay, also though, I know this is supposed to be like a Robin Hood retelling or something. It's supposed to take inspiration from Robin Hood, which
Yeah.
I did not really get that those vibes though, besides it being whatever, there's like the Raven Hood or something. But the fact
Yeah.
they called it the Hood at first really confused me and I didn't like that.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, I don't like how they use that word in that context. I'm like, this is
Yeah.
not the hood though. This is not like an urban center. So
Right.
I don't like you using this word in that this context. I don't know if anybody else felt that way, but at first I was like really confused on like what the hood was. I was like, are y'all calling where you live the hood? Because I can promise you, hun, this is not it.
Not
I was
not
like,
it.
this is not it. So I don't know. I feel like the author could have chosen something else
A
because
different
literally
one.
the only Robin Hood inspiration in this whole book is the Raven Hood. So I
Yeah.
don't like that they called it the Hood because I was like, this is not the Hood. What is this? Just call it the Raven Hood. No, the Raven Hood. They could have just called it that and called
Yeah.
it a day.
Call it a day. Sean was so bland. Dominic had me wanting to pop him in the throat until the book scene. Yeah, I really like the book scene. Sean was bland. Sean didn't need the spice because he was so caring with her. That's what I liked about Sean is that he was like, whatever you want, if you want it, I'm gonna make it happen. Hi, Jan.
Hi, Jan and Manda.
Hello.
Hi, Manda.
But like, why did it feel like the prologue was written by a different person? The writing in the prologue was pretty lyrical. Then after it just gets kind of choppy and writing.
Is the prologue? I can't remember. Wasn't the prologue when she said that it was like her when she was like older writing about it?
Yeah, she was
So
26 and she was
maybe
leaving her
now she's
fiance.
like, I don't know, maybe she's trying to show that she's like aged or something. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. She was definitely older and she was leaving her fiance because like she wasn't feeling it, I guess.
Yeah.
The lowercase h.
At least they could have capitalized it or something.
Well, they could have like called it, yeah, Ravenhood. That was literally
Or
it.
just call it even the Raven.
Yeah,
Raven something.
the
I don't
Raven.
know. I rated this 3 stars. See, that's what I'm saying.
3 stars.
You started Exodus. They were buddy reading this series, Jan and
Oh,
Sarah. So that's
oh.
why she was like, "Sorry, I started Exodus at the airport."
Okay, well,
I thought you were gonna read the second Mindfuck series book. Jan, are you a liar?
So, rated 3 stars at the time, but I believe Exodus was a 5. Okay, so the second book gets better. Okay, still good.
I
I'm
definitely want to
you
read the
too,
second book.
because the way it ended, I hate when authors do that. They drag you along. all of the stuff happens in the last 10% of the book, and then it ends on a cliffhanger, and they make you
That's
want to
why
read.
I'm saying this should have just been a prequel novella. Call it point five. If you know what it could have given, it could have given. I haven't even continued on, but the Grip trilogy or
Oh,
series by
uh,
Kennedy Ryan,
yeah,
because I've only read Flow, but
yeah,
Flow, like I feel like this could have been this series Flow.
yeah, absolutely, yes,
And it's in why did she call it a whole book? Because you go with the expectations to get book level content, and this
yeah.
wasn't giving full book, full novel level content, and that's why I'm a little upset.
I'm reading Exodus ASAP. I'm begging to be broken.
Terrible.
Yeah, I'm gonna be reading the series. Well, I'm gonna be reading book 2. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna read the whole series because
I mean, there's only 3 books, and you read like literally 400 books a year. So I think you could squeeze in one more,
I
Nicole.
think you can work in one more.
Like to be honest.
Oh, okay, so do we want to talk about the spoiler now?
Sure. It's
Okay,
been 15 minutes, and I
yeah,
feel like most people who are here have read the book.
I've read it. Okay, so we're gonna talk about spoilers now. If you don't want to be spoiled, see you later. When you read it, we'll catch you on the replay. Okay. All right. So, here we go.
Oh,
But like, what was that scene with all the men in the room looking at her, and then she got all embarrassed, and then flocks to her home state? Well, that was kind of like it was that big thing that was they were trying to make it a statement saying that she's really not important to us. Like it was just like a fling thing, and because they wanted basically to get her out of the situation because of the spoiler. The spoiler is that they want revenge on her father for the fire that he kind of just swept under the rug that killed Dominic's parents. So that was kind of like the people in the group didn't think that she could keep a secret. She couldn't keep that from her father and wouldn't allow them, quote unquote, allow them to do that to her father. So they're like, this has to end. Like, why are you with her kind of thing. So they made this whole production of breaking it off with her. That's what I got from that room, that whole scene.
yeah.
And they did a really freaking good job, except for when Sean like punches Dominic in the face.
Like he didn't have to do all that.
Yeah, why are they all necessary? It's not necessary.
No.
Honestly, the way romance readers like hate long books, it's so funny.
Jan doesn't even like Jan reads romance, but not primarily romance. So I don't know. But I feel like romances generally do not have to be that long. But then also, what was I about to say? Oh, okay. Sean, to me, when I think about him, he's giving golden retriever. And I don't like that. Like I literally hate golden retriever men. Hate.
Oh, I thought you were just gonna say hate golden retrievers. Like you hate golden.
No, like the men who act like golden retrievers, I hate them.
Yeah,
I don't like them at all.
Sean is so golden retriever.
And I don't like that. I'm like, bro, like please, like I don't know, have some more personality. I feel like their personality all the time is just like
Honestly, what I didn't like is Sean's inability to stand up to Dominic at any time. Like, why? Because he's the leader of your group? Okay, great. Honestly. I hate long chapters too, though.
It's not that long to me.
Hello.
Gamer.
Hello.
Yeah, Dom is definitely better. I'm sorry.
Oh, at least he had some layers and personality for sure.
Yeah,
I was just like he was like you were saying, he was too go with the flow, and when he wouldn't stand up for her when Dom was being a really big jerk, that kind of was like, okay. He was like, you just need to handle your business to Cecilia, like seriously.
Yeah, I don't know.
Also, the monologue on 1984. Honestly, they were all kind of like Sean and Dominic are definitely conspiracy theorists. I fully believe it.
Not for real. I just feel like some people didn't like Dom because I don't know. I feel like the people who don't like Dom.
Dom was okay.
But I'm talking about in the Discord.
Oh, in the Discord.
Because I feel like there's just the girls that get it. And if they get it, they get it. And if they don't, they don't.
Yeah.
No, Jan, I literally forget every character's name. I literally forgot Sean's name. I remember Dominic's name though.
I just remembered because it kind of was reading the synopsis before we came on here.
Oh.
Misled by it was so much steamier than I expected.
I don't think a cover can mislead me anymore. Like, I feel like
Um,
there's a lot of cover, like a lot of pretty covers that are very steamy books.
yeah, like all like the illustrated covers that you read and steamy, but honestly,
Remember how they made out the love hypothesis to be this level of steam? That was so funny. I mean, it was okay. It was okay steam, but they really made it out to be like flock steam.
no,
It
it
was
was
not giving.
love hypothesis was like one chili pepper.
Okay, I think maybe two.
Maybe like the red bell pepper.
No, because there was like one long scene. To me, like one chili pepper is like fade to black, but like with like a little like foreplay or something. 1 out of 5? I'm talking about out of 5.
If a romance is fade to black, they're getting 0 chili peppers.
No. Okay, I'm talking about. Do you know like the Unhoneymooners?
Yes.
The Unhoneymooners is fade to black, but there's definitely a little bit of tension, a little bit of foreplay or something in the beginning.
The Honeymooners, 0 chili peppers.
That's 1 chili pepper.
That's a 0 chili pepper.
That's a 1 chili.
I've already forgotten the main girls. Honestly, names are the first to go. She's more of a Penelope.
What's her hair color? Because I feel like I imagine Cecilia's as redheads. I don't know why.
I cannot. I don't know.
I imagine Cecilia's as redheads, and I don't know if that's because I went to middle school with the redhead Cecilia, but
I honestly do not know like what her hair color is. Yes, red bell pepper. Yes, the red bell pepper.
Okay. Okay, like I could deal with a 0.5. The love hypothesis had a little something.
Yeah, 1. 1 chili pepper.
But out of 5?
Yeah, out of 5.
What would you rate this one? I think this one's like a 4 chili pepper.
Like
a
3.
3.5, a 3.5, 4 chili pepper.
I would say like a 3.
Okay, well this is because you read that monster smut where they have tentacles. I think we have a different rating.
Like they do things with the tentacles. Yeah, that puts me at a different rating.
Yeah, because I feel like I can read like I feel like for you to get a 5 chili pepper, it has to be like not just like 2 humans together. There has to be something.
There has to be tentacles, and they have to use the tentacles in some capacity, for sure.
This was 2 chili? Man, 2 chili?
I would give it a 3 just because it was polyamorous.
Reverse harem. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna give it 3 chilies.
I'm gonna give it 3 chilies.
3 chilies.
2 chilies. This was 2.
I think 3 chilies. I imagine Celia as a blonde. Oh, I do imagine her as a blonde as well.
I'm agreeing. Yes,
but I don't see the name Cecilia as blonde.
I agree with the 0 pepper if it's faded black, but I usually put 0.5. Exiting the chat.
Threshold for smut is scary.
I mean,
wouldn't say that's scary.
I don't think. What do you think my threshold for smut is? I'm pretty sure I have a very high threshold for smut.
Oh yeah, they really did start calling her baby a lot. But the baby did not bother me, but the pup was weird.
The baby didn't bother me.
The pup was weird. But that one moment where like what's his name? Sean would always call her baby, and then the first time that Dominic called her baby, and she was like, oh.
Yeah, it's when the mean character is like softening and then calls them an endearment. I'm like, okay.
Not put me in, coach. I'm just thinking, if any of you have seen that show On My Block, in the first season, there's like this scene where I don't even remember the characters' names. I just even watched the first season. But the little Hispanic boy was talking to the coach to get the black boy to be on the bench during the game. And that's what that was giving, Sarah. I'm gonna show it. I'm gonna post it on my Instagram. But I
Okay.
need to find it because that scene, my sweet mate and I were keying about it for no lie, like 5 minutes at like 1 a.m.
I like Baby I Hate Pup. I was like, is he British? He's
Not
not
it's British.
British. Dominic has some French, but I'm not British.
You know, also people were saying
Maybe
people were
Sean,
like,
I have no idea. Honestly, his middle name is Sean. His first name was Alfred.
oh, I forgot about this.
It's definitely, yeah, it's like
That is
British
British.
manservant, Alfred.
Alfred. No wonder why he goes by Sean, because that's embarrassing.
I would change my name, and I was like, no, let's strike this from
I
the
don't
record.
understand why people would do that to their child. Like, I don't care if that's a family name. Like,
Make
no.
Alfred the middle name then. Just make his first name
Yes.
Sean. Like, why do
Yes.
that? Oh, getting away with pup.
You know what I found interesting? People were like, this book has so much discussion. Like, it's a conversation. I was like, is it? I was like, this book, as I said, was giving crumbs. It's giving prequel.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, I like the discussion about her, kind of breaking her mind away from like societal norms about her relationship and wanting what she wants and all that stuff and
Yeah,
all like the 1984 talk, like the politics and stuff. Yeah, for sure.
I dated a Norbert. Jan, you knew better. And look at what happened with that Norbert.
Norbert. I don't think I've ever met a Norbert.
Yeah, I mean, I did like that discussion as well because it's always good to.
The Frenchman. Why was it so ominous? Do we have answers? No, that's literally how it ends. Like we don't really know who it is, and she's like covering herself, so I don't know if it's Dom or I was just like the Frenchman. Yeah, I was just like seriously. That's why I wanted to start book 2 right away. Is I was like, who is this?
I kind of had the urge to start book 2 as well, but
it was so ominous. Like the way she reacted, she she knew him, but then also like not familiar to be naked in front of him. You know what I'm saying? Because she was trying to cover herself because she was waiting for Sean and Dom because she was blasting that music.
So it's not Dom. It's definitely someone else.
Yeah, it's some. I'd have to. It is definitely someone, unless it's Dom dressed in a 3-piece suit, and I'm like, why would that make you cover your tits? I don't understand.
There is, I guess. They just didn't have any. Her dad, I just didn't understand him. I was like, why are you making this poor girl come all the way over here to work for you like this? Like, right. You do not care. And you are not even living with her. Like, she could literally be off somewhere else and you would never know.
She's like, he's like, I'm staying in the condo. I'm like, okay, bye. Can I stay in the condo and you can stay in this stupid ass house? Like,
the one with the whole motorcycle mafia club in her backyard?
No, backyard.
That's where I maybe it was a metaphor. Maybe it's not her literal backyard. Maybe it's just like nearby.
On the land that her dad owns, maybe? Because I'm thinking it's like this huge estate.
Land?
Right? Yeah.
I'm like, her backyard, like it's giving like they literally meet in like the tree house, like in her backyard. I'm like, that's what it's giving.
Like here's the pool and it's like right here.
Yeah, like that's what I imagined when she says like in her backyard. I was like, how did they drive you around the block like 6 times and then bring you to a tree house in your backyard? And then that's where they were. Like, it can't be that. Ooh, we love bubble tea.
Bye, I've never had bubble tea, but enjoy. Thank you for coming.
Hi, Cammie. We both gave it 3 stars, so sorry to break your heart.
What did you rate it?
This is Cammie's favorite book series.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's what you were saying.
Favorite romance book series. Oh. But we're gonna continue. We're gonna read Exodus.
We'll continue on. Yes,
because I think Exodus is gonna be great. But I was saying, Cammie, that this book gave no crumbs, or it didn't give crumbs. It gave crumbs. It gave nothing crumbs. Yeah. Because it needed to be a prequel.
The floaty scene, perfection.
The floaty scene.
Honestly, one of the stars is because of the floaty scene. Honestly,
not a whole star.
A whole star. So let's just say, like, if it didn't have the floaty scene, we all can math, right?
But you know what? The writing is so good. Scene.
It was really good.
Oh my god! Yay! That's because of Sarah Jan. That's why. But then Sarah didn't even used to read romance. I don't know whose job that was. Maybe it was Manda. I don't know who got Sarah into romance.
Who got Sarah into romance? Thank you. But trust me, you'll think you're getting something, and then you get to Exodus.
Like, I need Exodus to not just eat the loaf. I needed to eat the plate, eat the silverware, eat the napkin, eat the table. Like, I needed to eat the whole feast. Because this book ate nothing.
Nothing. That's why I said it had to be a lot of thick trees. Yeah, it had to be. Like, it had, like, yeah, it was her backyard, but it was like the land. Yeah.
That's what it has to mean. Because I was like, what?
Literally, from a whole star was at it. The below, what do you see? I know it's
Mm-hmm.
because of Sarah. I'd love to take credit
Yes.
for that. Oh, jumped. Sorry. Flock was fun, but I went right into Exodus. Okay.
It will
Oh,
eat.
okay.
That's what I've heard. That's what I've heard. Like, everybody is like loves this series because of Exodus specifically.
Amanda is to thank / blame.
That's what I thought. Even though technically, Sarah, we were friends for a long time, and I was trying to get you into romance before you even knew Manda. No, no offense, Manda. No offense. But why did my efforts not work? But Manda's did.
Oh. Nope. The glasses. Oh, it's saying it will eat.
I don't
Okay.
understand. Everybody loves this series because of Exodus. And I have a spoiler, bro.
Later. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about
What else to talk about with this book? This book
it.
is something. You know, I did really like the small town vibes though.
Yeah.
I did like it because I've never lived in like a small town. So I kind of like it. I'm not coming for you, Amanda. I'm coming for Sarah.
Sarah has some explaining to do. It will eat the table, the chairs, the loaf, everything. Wow.
Will it eat the whole house? That's what I want to know. I needed to eat the house. You know what ate the whole house? There Are No Saints by Sophie Lark. That ate the whole house.
I need to read that.
Bro, this month has been the month of serial killers. I swear. I read that. I read the first book in the Mindfuck series. I'm reading this thriller, Stillhouse Lake, that has to do with the serial killer. Like, it's been a month of serial killers.
I'm just more annoying.
Yeah, Sarah.
Wow. Oh. I saw that. Yeah, I will. I'll read it. I promise.
I love that there's these people here. Like, I feel like these, like, I mean, I know these people, but they're never in these lives. There Are No Saints is so good. I was gonna read There Is No Devil for the KU readathon, but I got super behind because I've been sleeping like 18 hours a day. Oh. Not actually, but a lot.
Okay, I like small town vibes. I love Cecilia because her outlook on love is so similar to mine. Yeah, I mean, she was really kind of being like pulled in two different directions because she really believes that one soulmate, that one person's gonna fight for you, but she wanted both. And honestly, why choose? I don't understand.
It's really, there's a TikTok sound that's like, why have one bitch when you can have 5? Why have 5 bitches when you can have 9? And that's what this is giving.
Yeah.
That's what this is giving.
Sean basically not necessarily gave her permission, but said he would be okay with it, you know? So he
I
was
don't know, but something about Sean doing that is just so sus to me. Like, he just was a little too willing. He was a little too willing. Yeah. And I don't know what it was. Like, she didn't even have any conversation really about it. He was just like,
he just kind of knew.
And I was like, what is happening here?
Yeah. Yeah, hashtag why choose.
Oh yeah, I've heard she's doing an Anastasia retelling, but I don't understand how this is a Robin Hood retelling. Can someone explain to me where does the Robin Hood come in besides the Raven Hood? Is it more in Exodus? Is it in book 2? Like, what is it? Because this wasn't given Robin Hood to me.
There was one scene where it was her and Tyler were going around and giving checks to the local small businesses. Like, what Dominic was doing with his whole like code that looked like the Matrix is he's basically stealing from these big companies.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. But Cammie says it comes more in book 2.
Well, if we find out what the heck is really going on because they're so secretive about everything.
I mean, I think they're like committing like I don't know, like tax fraud. Not tax fraud, but some sort of fraud in
Yeah.
stealing and stuff. So, I wouldn't really want that to get out to too many people either, to be honest.
Yeah. What they're doing is illegal, even though yes, they're doing good things for these a lot of small businesses, but it's like
What fantasy books are you talking about? Fantasy romance is different than fantasy, hun. Those are
yeah,
two different things.
yeah. What fantasy?
What other fantasy? The House in the Cerulean Sea? That does not count.
That's not a
That-
romance. Is it a
no,
romance?
I'm
No.
talking about if she's talking about just fantasy, but it does have a romance in it, and it does have a happily ever after.
Oh, okay.
So, but it's just not the main focus.
Right.
But I'll say it's like 40%, and 60% is like the other stuff. It's
Okay.
like almost 50-50. What other fantasy books? I need you to give me a little list.
A little list.
Because if you're talking Sarah J. Maas, that does not count. She's fantasy romance. She's in
Yeah.
her own category.
Yeah.
Because I don't even read romance like that. I meant fantasy. So, what fantasy?
Like epic fantasy or like high fantasy?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking. What fantasy? Girls Up. The Throne of Glass does not count. Sarah J. Maas. Sorry about it. Her writing is different. Okay, in Ember and the Ashes, but that series is fire. Girls of Paper and Fire,
Right.
also
It's a great
fire.
series. Yeah. It's a great
These are
series.
good series. What? This is all that I read. This is my fantasy. You are acting like I recommended you, like Brandon
Brandon
Sanderson, like the Throne of Glass series. You were like, you're acting like I made you by the Throne of Glass series, Sarah. But in Ember and the Ashes, you should actually read that. And Girls of Paper and Fire. Those are both fire. Girls of Paper and Fire, though, I feel like is like low key with like the actual fantasy elements. Besides, there's like different tiers, but there's just literally like there's like different tiers. Like ones are humans. There's like half humans,
Yeah.
half demon, and the demons. So like I feel like it's not that hard to understand, and there's not much like actiony stuff going on.
And
And
honestly,
Ember and the Ashes is more.
I feel like YA fantasy is wholly different than
Okay,
actual epic fantasy.
Sarah, why are you saying nah nah nah?
You don't want to read those?
Nicole literally reads mostly literally romance, and she loves An Ember in the Ashes.
Yeah, Ember in the Ashes is great. I've read the first Girls of Paper and Fire, and it was really good. I
Oh,
haven't continued
I'm
on,
reading the second one soon. It was so good.
but like I mean, I've read those like these series. Like I've read these YA fantasies, and then I've also read epic high
Ugh,
fantasies.
but
You're
I
good
don't understand because how are you gonna knock it when you haven't even tried it? You haven't even read a fantasy really. Akatar does not count. That's different than those. Maybe Throne of Glass. Okay. Why don't you can't knock it till you try it, Sarah? That's all I have to say. Because look at what happened. You did not like romance that much until you read the romance because of Amanda.
Well, if you don't like YA fantasy and you used to not read romance, what did you read?
Thrillers.
Oh, okay.
And horror. But I'm like, Sarah, you didn't really like romance till you tried it. So why
Try
don't you just try one of them.
Yeah.
I would say start with Girls of Paper and Fire. I think out of those, that one's the easiest, and it is, I think, the smallest series. I
Yeah.
think there's only 3 books out, but I don't know if that's the last one.
Try it. Try it. I enjoy them.
And when do I read fantasy?
You're on a serial killer bench. Not now.
Oh, it's so great. I was telling my dad, and he was like, "That's fantastic, Daijah. Keep doing what you're doing." And I was like, "Dad, you need to chill with this serial killer."
I go off what I like in movies. I've never not liked romance. I've just never read it. Okay. What you like in movies? What's your favorite movie?
This is like diverged, but I'm just saying, I feel like I don't really like even okay. I like fantasy books more than I like fantasy in movies or TV.
Really?
Yeah, I don't really like fantasy movies or TV. The only thing like fantasy slash actiony that I will ever really like enjoy is like superheroes. That's
Oh.
it. I don't really like fantasy stuff. Maybe just Game of Thrones. Just Game of Thrones. But everything else, like I even watched The Witcher. The Witcher was okay. Like it's just not really my thing. But I like it more in books than I like it in TV shows and movies. I normally like, I don't know, like dark TV shows. Like I want someone to get killed and like but not like in like a battle way. Like I want them like the Poe to be coming after them and like that's what I'm saying. The only thing that I like is superhero movies, but I don't know why I like them, to be honest. I think it's just because I really like villains, and I feel like villains are a big part of superhero movies.
True.
So that's why I like them. But I don't really like fantastical movies or action. I really don't like action movies. Sorry about it. Don't like them. So that's what I'm saying is you may like this in the book. And then even Girls, Paper, and Fire does not have that much action in it.
No. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Just try it.
Sarah, I'm getting a new kind of side to you.
Just try it, Sarah. Just try Girls of Paper and Fire. Just try it. Just like get like 100 pages. 100 pages. Because I feel like you're gonna read 5 pages and be like, I don't want to read this. But just get like 100 pages. Give it a chance to hook you.
Yeah.
Okay?
I
Just
agree.
give it 100 pages. Because how are you gonna knock it before you try it? There's no more water left in this.
I know I'm out of water as well.
Okay, let me think of other stuff to actually talk about with the book. I hope that we get more about her mom in the next books, and more about
I
like
hope we get more about her dad and his whole. I mean, all we're getting is that he like left her and her mom, and he like basically like sweeping stuff under the rug, cutting people out on their pay. He's not a good guy. I'm not.
No. We will hydrate after the live show. I was just sipping on this whole water. Sarah, I don't like it in movies or TV shows either. And Girls of Paper and Fire is literally like 300 to 400 pages. It's not that long. And that's not even a long series. You literally start like 12-book romance series. If you can do that, ma'am, cut it out. This is giving excuses. I'm going to need you to read Girls of Paper and Fire, or else I'm going to drive my ass down to Georgia with these gas prices, and I'm going to literally open it and read it to you by mouth. I'm going to be your audiobook.
By mouth. Zero answer.
By mouth. I'm gonna read it to you by mouth. I'm gonna narrate it.
Let's get back on topic.
I need you to just try Girls of Paper and Fire. That's what I'm gonna need.
Do like, oh, what would really be fun, Sarah, is if you did one of those try a chapter videos of like all of those books and just see which one you want to do like content. You're welcome.
He said, I dare you do it. Sarah, please.
Not with these gas prices.
I'm gonna hack you. I'm gonna hack your stuff. I'm gonna hack your stuff and cancel your KU subscription. That's what I'm gonna do. Don't play me. You know I'm Penelope Garcia. I'm sorry, ever since I put on these nails, I'm literally like I literally was with my niece and nephew today, and I was going like this in their face to see how they would react. I was like, and I was like, okay, guys. With the lady that was about to. Oh, no, that lady would have. I feel like Cecilia cannot fight. Cecilia cannot fight.
She cannot fight. Not because she was literally scared. She cried in her car after that. She cannot fight.
Okay, but to be fair, whenever at my job, like one of the customers would be mean to me, sometimes it would make me cry.
Yeah.
But
when I get mad, when I get angry, I cry. And I'm like, that is like, it's why I can't be a lawyer, why I can't argue, because I will cry.
No, it's not like that kind of arguing. It's like more of like, I don't know how to describe it, but it's normally with like my family or people that I care about. If I have an argument with them, I will literally start to cry. And they're like, we can't understand you because you can't get your words out. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't control my tears. No, yeah, Sarah. I'm gonna just need you to give it a good college try. Thank you.
Also, Cecilia was like, ma'am, I don't control the checks. And
I know, like, that was out of pocket. That, you know what it's giving? Like, it's like how at my job, right? Like, okay, so one thing that really made me cry, because it was a bad day already, and this woman was mad at me because she was like, why don't y'all have peppermint? And I was like, ma'am, it's the summer. Like, it's literally July. And she's like, okay, but the normal Starbucks have peppermint. I'm like, ma'am, I literally am a barista and I work here and I get paid $9 an hour. Like, what do you want me to do? And she was getting mad at me and treating me like shit because we didn't have peppermint. I was like,
the regular Starbucks has it.
I was like, what do you want? Go to the regular Starbucks. How does this look like my problem? She was literally about to fight me, like this old ass teacher. She was like, I'm a teacher and I deserve respect. I was like, ma'am, you could take your teacher ass and walk out. I don't give a fuck. Okay, take your little degree or little tenure or whatever and shove it up your ass. Thank you.
Oh, wait, she's literally arguing with you.
Okay, Girls of Paper and Fire has romance in it.
That's true. Yeah.
All
And
of
then
those series have like all of those I would say have a good decent amount of romance in it.
Yeah. Ember in the Ashes does.
Throne of Glass definitely has a lot of romance. But Girls of Paper and Fire has a whole romance in it.
Yeah.
So you're really
I can give you fantasy romance though.
No, yeah. Nicole has good fantasy romance.
I can give you fantasy romance.
Okay, but YA fantasy is different than YA contemporary. The thought of a YA contemporary makes me want to gag. YA fantasy, I'd rather read YA fantasy than adult fantasy because adult fantasy is scary.
Scary.
It is scary. Because you know why? Because of the 5th season. That's why. Because the 5th season, that book made me want to cry.
N.K. Jemisin is writing fantasy on a whole nother level, though.
No, I can't do it ever again. I'm sorry, my brain not built for that.
My brain is not built for that.
Maybe when I'm like 80 years old and like I've developed. I don't know.
Maybe in a couple years, try it again.
Okay, but the thing is, like, there's like the whole twist, the big twist, and I did not understand the big twist until months after when someone told me. That's what I'm saying. Like, I did not get the twist at all. Like, the biggest twist of the whole book, totally, right up my head. Like, literally just slid.
Okay.
Literally, Sarah, just do like a little try a chapter tag. Try a chapter tag because Daijah's making me try fantasy. I don't even like fantasy that much. It's just those series are actually quality.
Those are really good. But if you want, Sarah, I'm gonna give you some fantasy romance recs too. I'm gonna make you a Google Doc.
Oh, Nicole loves her Google Doc.
I love Google Docs.
You should read A Promise of Fire.
Oh, you should. Oh,
you know what I still need to read? A Heart of Blood and Ashes. Is that it?
Yeah.
That's the title. I always get confused. I need to read that one.
Heart of Blood and Ashes. Yeah, the series is called A Gathering of Dragons. That one's really good.
Oh, it has dragons in it?
What they call it A Gathering of Dragons because his kind of like his people that his fighters and stuff, they call him, they're all like dragons, like parts of the dragon where
there's no dragons?
No.
That's disappointing.
But there's lots of other creatures. Especially in book 2. The main character can like talk with like a creature. It's like a snow leopard.
Smash that like button.
Oh, thanks, Pat. Hi. Did you sneak in? I didn't see you commenting.
That was the first comment. Yes, I'm being threatened by Daijah's book world to read these books, and I'm scared for my life. I'm blinking twice. Yes. Okay. No, but I really think it would have been funny for that old woman to fight Cecilia. Like, I think that would have been the tea that we needed to make this book great. Yeah. Because, like, imagine Cecilia trying to fight this old woman. I feel like this old woman
wasn't old. She was 25.
Oh, well, in my head, she's older than Cecilia, so she was old. But, like, imagine, like, Cecilia, I feel like this woman was scrappy. I feel like she would have just, like,
wanted someone to take her anger out on, for sure.
But I think that would have been funny as hell to see Cecilia fight with this woman. I wish that would have happened.
She would have got.
And the woman got fired anyway, so she might as well gone down fighting. I
know. I was like, oh. I was honestly waiting for her to get jumped in the parking lot because that was what she was worried about.
Like, I wish that woman ripped open that door and just like.
Cecilia would have lost 100%. Cecilia would have lost.
No, it's like, I don't know if you know The Sims 4, but like in The Sims 4, you can make the Sims fight, and then like there's always the loser that comes out, and the person standing, and they're like with their hands on their hips, and the other person's just like on their ass on the ground. Like that's what it's giving.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Oh, that's what it would have been. Yeah,
that's 100%.
But I really feel like I want to read like more of Kate Stewart's work outside of this series because I really liked her writing.
A lot of people who
She's so
didn't
nice.
like a lot of people who didn't like this series because I read some kind of like
Oh, she
negative.
wrote the guy on the right? I didn't know that.
Yes, she wrote the guy on the right.
I had no idea. She lives in North Carolina. What up?
Across the pond.
I don't know what I was doing, but
Oh, thanks, Pat. But yeah, she wrote the guy on the right, and a lot of people who are saying that they didn't like this series like a lot of her other work. So I do want to read this. Well, this is my first book by her, and I want to read something else. But
yeah, what is this book? Balls in Play? What is that series?
balls, like
Oh, it's a baseball.
oh, that's a euphemism.
Yes, I know, but I was like balls in play. But I was like, what sport is this?
Cool.
I was like, what sport?
But I was wanting that other guy. I don't remember his name. To Tyler. Tyler, the one that she really became friends with and like helped her clean out
her like with the woman.
The aunt's house. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
you know what?
Tyler's in love with the aunt. I didn't see that.
Oh, that'll be quicking. We need a spin-off book about that. Because I want to see, because he was like something kind of happened, but it didn't happen.
Yeah, she was like, it was a mistake. I'm like, oh, and then
what is that
in the military?
It might be in more of the books, but I think they should have had their own book.
Yeah.
But honestly, though, I know a harem can be with 2 men, but I feel like it's not a true harem until it's like 3 men. In my head.
Well, that's why I don't really see it as a reverse harem. I see it as a polyamorous, but also I really don't even see it as a polyamorous, because when I say polyamorous, I mean everybody is having sex with each other. And
that's why it's like more reverse harem. But to me, like, it has to be like more than 2. That's just a throuple at that point.
Yeah, it's a throuple.
I want it to be at least 3 men.
He's in love with Dom's aunt. Yeah. I would like her story too.
You know, every time I hear someone say Dom, like even in the audiobook, I just hear Dawn, and I'm like, who is Dawn? I was like, who is Dawn? I'm like, who are y'all talking about?
I also think of Fast and Furious.
Yeah, I honestly think of Don Lothario, who is like a character in the Sims franchise. Don Lothario, he's a womanizer.
No.
In specifically Sims 2. If y'all know, you know. I grew up on that game, so. Okay. If there's anything else y'all want to bring up for us to discuss.
Yeah. Let us know, because I pretty much, I feel like I've talked about the things that I've wanted to talk about.
Me as well. But not me forgetting, what's our book club pick for this month?
Oh, I have it. Wait.
Oh, it's Love in the Wild.
If you want to take a screenshot.
That's such an ugly smile that I did. I feel like my lips are too crusty.
Oh, this whole part of my face is just on fire and raw.
But this live show is going to be kind of soon, because this one got pushed back. It's in what? 1, 2, 3 weeks from today. And I'm kind of excited about this one. I don't think I've read like I haven't read like a In the Wild type book.
Yeah, like a Tarzan retelling, or?
Yeah, like I haven't really read one where it's like out like in the wild.
Oh, okay.
I don't think I've read one, and I kind of want to see what that's going to be. I don't know which one this is. You probably know, but I feel like there's like a lot of them that are like this. But like ones where like they like one lives in the wild and the other one doesn't, and then they like try to communicate, but they can't communicate because they don't speak. I want that, and I don't know if this is going to deliver what that is, but if that is in this, I'll be happy.
That's like Transcendence by Shay Savage.
Yeah.
And then also,
I think that's the one. But isn't there a book called like something about the wild or something? And then it's like a dad and his daughter. That's so. There's like a book like that.
I've never heard of that, but
I don't know. It's like one of the taboo ones I've heard about. Oh, Love in the Wild. It is a Tarzan retelling.
Yes. Yeah.
If you want the synopsis, it is on our It's on our Instagram, but I can also bring it up.
Yeah, bring it up. Also,
It
another
says
kind of like, not necessarily in the wild, but like, they really don't even have a language barrier either, but it's just like he used to live with this tribe and she comes in and it's Uncivilized by Sawyer Bennett.
okay.
That's like chili peppers. Whew, chili
Oh,
peppers.
so this one says Eden Matthews stumbled upon the discovery of a lifetime while photographing wildlife deep in the heart of Africa. A gorgeous god of a man living in the wilds of the African jungle among a family of gorillas. When he saves her life, she's compelled to uncover the man's tragic past and the fate which led him to grow up in the wild. But Eden soon learns she can take man from the wild, but she can't take the wild out of the man. Her savage savior soon shows her just what he wants of her. Her sensual surrender. I'm having a hard time reading this. There's a lot of S's in one go, and I was like, what? She finds she can't resist him, teaching her how to love in the wild. So I think there might be a language barrier.
There might be.
Yes,
Peter
there's
Pan.
one that's like a dad and his daughter in the wild. I've heard about this. And I believe there's like a reverse harem one that takes place kind of like in the wild. That's like a dad and her brothers. And I was like, yo, bro, that's too much for me.
That's too much taboo. I can't with that. No. Peter Pan retelling and then a Tarzan retelling. What's your Peter Pan retelling?
I think she meant Robin Hood.
Oh.
But it's okay. I understood what she meant.
I know that there is a Peter Pan retelling. I don't know if it's
multiple.
romance, but the one that I'm thinking, Straight On Till Morning, I think is.
Well, isn't there a Peter Pan retelling one in the Desperate Measures series by Katie Robert as well?
Yes. Yeah.
But then in April, we're also going to be reading Long Shot by Kennedy Ryan. I'm so excited for Long Shot.
I'm very excited. Very excited.
Yeah, the Save Jeanette Express.
The Save Jeanette.
And then we're reading another wild book in May, The Simple Wild by Kay Tucker. But I feel like, I don't know why, but I associate Flock and The Simple Wild together.
Yeah,
and
yeah, because it's very similar. The covers
aren't they like girls going to small towns, whatever?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then in June, we're reading Haunting Adeline, but I have heard that you should read the novella Satan's Affair before you read Haunting Adeline. You don't have to, but I heard that it's better to read the novella Haunting Adeline before reading, or not Haunting Adeline. What did I say? Devil's Affair.
Devil's Affair.
Before reading Haunting Adeline. But I've heard Devil's Affair is like chili peppers. Chili peppers.
Sarah did mean Robin Hood.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Hooked is also Peter Pan. Yes.
Mm-hmm. I'm so excited for Long Shot as well.
I'm very excited for Long Shot. But I'm also very excited for Love in the Wild. I'm very excited because I love that cover. It's gorgeous.
It's stunning, and I have a physical copy of that one. So
yeah, it's over there.
Mine's downstairs, I think, or is that college? I think it's here.
Yeah.
But I'm honestly really excited for all of these books. Oh, and then we want to do the buddy read of Truth or Dare by Danielle Allen. That'll probably be in like May, but we haven't gotten the details out for that yet.
Read the novella. So Devil's Affair before.
I was like novella. I was like the book novella. I was like, what? Okay, yeah.
I know you meant. It's fine.
Okay, I'm so excited for this.
Very excited.
Okay, I hope you'll join us. Thank you for joining.
Thank you.
There's so many new people here.
Thank you all for coming. I really, really appreciate everyone who is with us on the live and also who is ever watching on the replay. Really appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining us. And we'll see you next time.
And also, if you want to join, we have our Discord. Because I want to start talking more in the Discord. Because we never talk in there, but I'm going to start talking in there more. So if you want to get in the Discord, I don't know if Nicole linked it, but it's also on our Instagram.
I'll link it. I'll edit it. The confusion. Okay. What confusion? Oh, for the bullet. Yeah. You're welcome, everybody. Have a great night. Bye.